Hi there, this is Jason. Welcome to my channel. These days, I learned how to build a customer sensor, which is GitHub Sensors. And I added the customer sensors to the plugin folder. And today, I want to share my learning to you. So first of all, what is GitHub Sensor? So the GitHub Sensors provided by the GitHub library is a pre-built sensor that allows you to interact with GitHub's API and monitor specific conditions on GitHub, such as the presence of the particular file, the status of a pull request, or the result of a workflow run. It is designed to be used within Airflow workflow to automatically tasks based on the events or states in the GitHub repository. Here have some common features. First one is the pooling mechanism. This one is very important. So the sensor typically use a pooling mechanism to repeatedly check GitHub for a specific condition. The poke method is a core part of the mechanism, which runs at regular intervals to see if the desired condition is met. Second one, built-in API integration. The center integrates directly with the GitHub API, abstracting away the capacity of making API requests. They make it easier for developers to monitor GitHub repository without needing to write custom API integration code. Third one, pre-designed conditions. The GitHub sensor usually come with pre-designed conditions that are commonly needed, such as checking if a file exists, if a pull request has been merged, or if a GitHub action workflow has completed. Okay, and the fourth one, basic error handling. The provided sensor often includes basic error handling, such as retraining, unlimited work failure, or handling rates limited. However, this may not cover all edge cases or specific error scenarios. And last one, ease of use. Because it's built-in sensor, it is designed for ease of use. It comes ready to be used in Airflow docs without requiring much configuration or customization. It's used for straightforward user cases where the default behavior is sufficient. Okay, let's move forward. Limitations. And no matter, they do have a lot of benefits or features, but also they have some limitations. The first one is a limited customization. They provide a GitHub sensor may not allow for deep customization. If you need to implement separate specific logic, handle specific conditions, or customize performance beyond that the default sensor provides, it may be too limited. Another one, general purpose. As a general purpose tool, it may be customized for specific workflows or custom integration. It is designed to work broadly, but not necessarily efficiently for every use case. Okay, all right. So the benefits of the customer sensor. All right, the key feature, the customer logic. So the default, like the wording I already mentioned, right? So the default sensor, they're predefined. So if we use the customer sensor, so we can have our customer sensor with the scenarios, with the user cases we needed, right? Performance optimization. Since customer sensor allow you to optimize how and when the sensor checks for condition. So for example, you may want to reduce the frequency of API calls, implementation customer back off strategies, right? Or manage rate limited more efficiency. This can lead to more efficient use of resources and reduce the risk of hitting API rate limitation. Error handling resiliency. Overriding the epoch method give you control over error handling. You might implement custom retry logic, handle different type of exception in a more regular way, and ensure that your sensor is more resilient to transit issues such as network issue and the temporary API outage. Okay. And last one, and the following one is enhanced logging and monitoring. Okay, basically you can enhance that and integrate with another component. Definitely, we are able to integrate because this the customized sensor or not else and our plugins depends on what we designed, right? So definitely, so that we have more flexibility to integrate with another components. Last one. So the flexibility and the future proofing, custom sensors give you a flexibility to adapt to the future changes. As your requirements evolve or as the GitHub API changes, you can update your custom sensor to accommodate those changes without relying on their libraries update or workaround. Okay. All right. So let's move forward. This is the okay. What is the custom GitHub sensor ID developed? So first, I want to give you what that is. So the custom GitHub sensors, I use the hook to interact with the GitHub API resource. It has two custom sensors extending the GitHub sensor class to check if any pull request has been merged within the last 24 hours and if a specific file has been changed in the last commit within 24 hours. Okay. And the 24 hours is the default time frame, but you can adjust it by changing the delta time and delta time type variable when you are initialize the customer sensor class object. Poking mechanism, actually, I already mentioned before. So basically, they're designed for keep poking the target, right, at the regular interval. Second one, I want to know, second one here is the return values. When we try to customize our when we try to develop our customized plugin or any other operator driver, so here we need to understand this sensor in here. How can what's the value we should to return, right? What's the value we should to return so that they can say, hey, and they notice something is meet the requirement, right? So they can move to less task, or they have to keep running, keep parking until the timeout, right? So basically they return true. If they form the park signal. Okay, so task they're going to check this they're going to check this condition is met or not. If yes, they return true, otherwise they return false. And then keep pulling until the timeout. So timeout handling. So like this is very straightforward. So basically is we needed to have the timeout set up. So because we cannot allow the data sensor keep it running all the day or 12/7, right? All right, guys. So right now, I'm going to do the demo now. So this is my local Airflow UI. Okay. I'm going to do here is for this DAG. Before I do that, I want to go through what the code it is. Okay, just for DAG, what the code it is. Okay, let's dive into code. So I implement this is the custom GitHub sensor, and I have two sensor class objects. And here I also mentioned because we set up with our local, the plugin already configured in our airflow.cfg configuration file. So we are not necessary to import this customer sensor from the plugin module. Okay. All right. So let's move forward. So I have DAG in here. So this is some basic configuration I'm not going to dive into. So the two functions here. So one is I'm using the GitHub PR merge sensor. And you see here, they do need to have the GitHub connection. Inside of this one, I have connection ID and I have the API endpoint and also the token. Okay. And the branch is master. So here is you can choose what branch you want. So you can have a developer or testing whatever branch. So you can detect that branch. So port interval, so what you mentioned, right? So then basically it depends on how frequently they're going to have another port. So this is the 1 minute. Okay, and the timeout is 2 minutes. Okay. All right. So those parameters you can change as you want. Also, like I mentioned, so in there, I didn't provide the delta time. So which is they're going to use the default, which is they're going to check in the 24 hours whether they have any peer has merged. Okay. Second one is GitHub file changer sensor. This is the one I'm going to use that for. I want to check a file. So here just a Python file, but you can think about here is so if you have that repo, you have data engineers, right? So that then data engineers, they're working on something SQL file. They are no matter what they're working on, and they are listed on another repo. But you are a developer, and you have your GitHub repo for the DAG in here, right? So you have your DAG, you have a task. So your task is going to listen in their data engineers whether they change it or not. So into the release or master branch. Okay. So you want to detect that so you can run a job. So two type, data engineers and the software engineers, you can working with this separately, right? Different the group, they work on different their tasks. So between them, we have the GitHub sensor here. They are listening, they're monitoring the changes. All right. So this is the one good example. All right, let's go back. All right. So one difference here is I defined a file path. I want this file path to be detected if the file being changed, right? So they're going to trigger the job, the research job. The last one here, actually, I should to this one should not right. Basically, I just add that back. So this one is so the two tasks they are run in parallel, and the trigger rule in here is I want one of them as success so that I can trigger the job. Okay, so go back to the graph. Yeah, see, so there are two of them, okay, the two tasks are the upstream to determine the downstream tasks whether they're going to be executed or not. Okay, so here, so you already know this is my GitHub, okay? And also I want to show you the pure change it. I just made that in 21 minutes ago. In here, and what's the file they are? So, and this is sensor files, okay? With sensor files. So this is exactly that file is going to be detected, right? And also the pure was merged in 24 hours. So both of them should be success. Yes, you see? I'm running. Okay, here. So basically they're very fast, actually. See, okay, they are success. Also they are success. So like I mentioned, right? So as long as one of them are success, it should be good. Let's go inside to the logs. Okay. What's the current day and what's the checkpoint I want to check? Like I mentioned, 24 hours before. And they found the PR was merged in 24 hours. And they didn't know what the PR merged number. So exactly number 4. Okay. And let's go back to the second task, check logs. And so current timestamp, the past commit timestamp, I list all the files in this PR. Basically, I'm going to check each of the commits, okay, in the 24 hours. In here, they already detect in this specific commit number in here, they have 2 files. They have 2 files changed. And then this is the one, okay, I use that with my code. Okay, so since they are success now, all right, Guys, thank you for your watching. So if you wanted to know what is a custom GitHub sensors, I will update the GitHub link to under my video. So please look into that and you can understand and what is custom GitHub sensor look like, and you can play around with it. Leave comments if you have any question. See you in this time.